Hello everybody, the sun's in my eyes. Hello everybody, my name is that Joe Guy and welcome back to Skyhold. So, here's the disclosure. Here's what happened, right? Here's what happened. I'm gonna tell you what's happened. You ready? Okay, here we go. So, I when I last recorded this, there was you know, I had to build the face of Ian Hawke, which took me hours. Especially since the face kept going kind of weird during the cutscene. I've actually gone back and messed with him a little bit further, and he looks a little bit better now. We'll probably see him a little bit later. But sorry, I'm noticing some horizontal tearing. I might know how to fix that in just a second. What? Yes, and I came back here after that episode and ended the episode here. Shortly afterwards, I then went and started the next episode and went and talked to some people. Not sounding familiar, you ask? That's because I was deliriously tired at that point. Too tired to even realize that I should stop recording. People were I remember asking Josephine to go for a walk with me. That's literally the only thing I remember. So, despite kind of retconning that, this is all going to be like completely fresh for me. I couldn't concentrate on what people were telling me, and I couldn't remember I don't remember what they told me. I needed to go to bed, and then I did shortly afterwards. So we're starting here with that kind of half episode that I recorded retconned, and we're gonna explore Skyhold. And somebody gave me a really good tip actually. So Solus is nearby. As you may have seen, I forget kind of what exactly happened in the last episode. Not the retconned one, but the actual last episode. Solus is nearby. I am to speak to him last due to a glitch, which skips the companions' dialogue, like their commentary on what happened at and after the battle. And wow, it's been a hell of a thing because we are now the Inquisitor. We are now the leader of the Inquisition, and it falls to us to really organize this whole place, and presumably we'll start to work on Skyhold. And I was thinking as well, like, I guess in retrospect, I genuinely thought that Haven would be where we were staying for the whole game, but in retrospect, that was... Dragon Age can do far better when it comes to, like, bases. I mean, I know Dragon Age series hasn't really had, like, a mega base in the same way, but look at the Normandy, for example. It's an incredible piece of home that the game gives you, and I'm really glad to see something like this, but we should get to exploring it, and wow, this place. Alright, let's go. So through here is Josephine, of course, in an office much more fitting and much more spacious. What am I questing at the moment? So we've got the inner circle here, the Forgotten Boy. Oh yeah, after the dust settles, Cole was nowhere to be found. It's hard to believe he isn't hanging around somewhere in Skyhold. I bet he is. I bet he's somewhere. From the ashes. So with a new base of operations, the Inquisition is ready to make his mark on the world. Here lies the Abyss. Brack has a friend named Hawke who fought Corypheus once before and now fears Grey Wardens are under the influence of the ancient Darkspawn. Hawke has a Warden contact who may be able to say more. Indeed, yeah. We'll do that eventually, but I'm not really in a hurry to proceed with the main quest at the moment. We'll see how things go. Now, I don't think that this advances the plot, but I wanna have a chat with everybody, and that includes Josephine.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the highest stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
The Venatori, that reminds me, there's some codex entries I need to read after this. We'll save the Emperors. Dangerously unstable. I mean... Like, how do you mean?
Exactly what do you mean? How is it more dangerous than usual?
The Empress is in the middle of a civil war. Her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, seeks to take her throne by force. Leliana reports that a group of elves has been sabotaging both armies, drawing out the hostilities. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus.
Right.
Selene is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
I guess that's where we need to be.
We need to attend this ball.
We don't have enough sway with the court to arrange an invitation. Perhaps a few more alliances.
Or soldiers.
We need a greater presence in Orlais. And soon.
Okay. That's a good objective. From the Ashes quest complete. Well, let's have an actual chat with you, shall we? Hello.
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters. Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to.
It certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
We're miles away from everything, and it's way more secure than where we were. Bit of a joke where we were, actually. I guess we were relying on not getting attacked first. Do you not?
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus's attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down.
Yeah.
So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
I guess you're not used to actual battle itself. Hope you're okay. Revenge. Troubled by it. Yeah, I wish we did.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
Such as a week's worth of bathing? What? Is that a proposition, or is this? Yeah, I mean, this is what I did last time, so...
I'm loath to part from such pleasant company. Would you care to walk the castle with me?
Oh, well, a tour then? Let me fetch the steward.
That isn't precisely what I was hoping for.
Well, do let me know if you change your mind. Now I must find someone to prepare the guest quarters.
I think she just ducks the question. Sorry guys, I'm messing with my chair a little bit. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. Oh, is that... Yeah, fate of interest in term all of Orlais has been threatened, the Inquisition must intervene. The Winter Palace. Orlais itself. Jeez. I do hope that we can romance Josephine. I like Cassandra, but I'm yet to sort of feel that way about her, whereas I'm quite taken with Josephine, honestly. Couldn't tell you why, I just am. It's part accent, part heart, part cleverness. Wow. You know, being miles away from everything and having to march to... Oh, the War Council. Okay, well, I'm not coming over here yet. Although, it might be worth me doing... No, I'll do some later. I'll fire some quests up either before I move out to wherever the hell I'm going next, or when I end the session if I'm still in Skyhold. Yeah, what the hell was I saying? No, I think it was just saying that. I think Josephine's super cute. Fast travel option there. Now, yes, there were a couple of codex entries I want to read. Now, I think I read the one on Skyhold. See, I did read this, but you guys can slow down and read it if you like. But basically, the idea is that the elves once came here. It is known that the elves once came here, and the elves always build where they go, or they used to. But they didn't find any elven ruins here. The structures here are all Ferelden, as you can tell. Although there are certain kind of nice arch motifs which could be elven, but yeah, no, it's all Ferelden. So underneath us, perhaps, is something elven, and the fact that Solus knew about this place as well. Maybe he heard about it in the Whispers of Dreams. I'm not sure how he heard about it, quite honestly. But there are some characters that I want to read about. The first is Minor, something we're doing just for fun. And that is... where is he? No. See this? Here we go. I've heard the name Hawk on several lips this week. Many of us blame the champion for the events in Kirkwall which sparked a war and hurled all Thedas into chaos. But can we truly fault Hawk for what he did? Here was a poor refugee from Ferelden who came to the Free Marches fleeing the Blight. Coming from a family of apostates, Hawk must have spent his life hiding from the Templars, hearing about the abuses to which mages under the care of the Circle were subjected. Make no mistake, there were abuses. We will never find a peaceful solution to this conflict until we admit that we were partially responsible. Imagine how it must have been for Hawk when he rose to prominence for his role in ending the Kunari threat of 934. From refugee to champion of Kirkwall, Hawk's position gave him power and influence. Nothing could touch him. Hawk always had more sympathy for mages, and perhaps wished to do more for them. Are the champion's actions during the Mage Uprising so hard to understand, given all I have said? Following the destruction of the Chantry, Knight Commander Meredith invoked the right of annulment and called for the execution of every mage in Kirkwall. It was not right. Another injustice added to an already lengthy list. Hawk knew it, and stood against her. He put himself between the Templars and the mages they sought to destroy, and became a legend. Even though he later disappeared, fleeing Kirkwall and the Chantry's justice, what happened in Kirkwall that day changed Thedas forever. By defying Meredith and our order, Hawk became a beacon for the Mage Rebellion. That gave the mages hope, rallied them. They fought back, and here we now stand, on the eve of the Divine Conclave, seeking peace before the rebellion destroys us all. Marteau of Montsamard. Interesting. Good speech as well, but no doubt he died at the Conclave too. I'm still not sure what Corypheus was doing there exactly. We know that he did it to open the rift and that the explosion was maybe a side effect of something which happened, but yeah, I guess we'll talk more about that later. Speaking of, the other thing I want to talk about is, of course, Corypheus. Let me tell you what I know about the Seven, those Tevinter Magisters said to have entered the Golden City long ago. Each was a high priest to one of the old gods. Each came to the rituals shrouded in secrecy, hiding their true name even from each other. They were competitors, you see. The old gods told them they would break into the Golden City and usurp the Maker's throne, but only one of them could sit on that throne. Each assumed a title related to their role in casting the ritual. Some texts claim they had a leader, the High Priest of Dumat, called Corypheus. Oh, he's the leader. He did not rule this group, but instead conducted it, coordinating their efforts to achieve a magical feat never since replicated. They breached the Fade, walked physically in dreams, and changed our world forever. Perhaps these seven were the first Darkspawn, cursed by the Maker as the Chant of Light tells us. Perhaps not. One would think these Magisters long dead, but there are whispers this is not so. Think, if you will, what might become of the minds of such beings, corrupted by the Blight, cast down from a prideful folly, simmering in resentment and darkness for over 1,000 years. Where would such men live? Who knows of them? For someone must. If whispers persist, what secrets do they yet hold? And what would we do should any one of them return to the light? With luck, these are questions we will never have to answer. The Architect has been coming to mind with the advent of Corypheus as well. I have no doubt that the Architect is one of these beings, one of these early Magisters, seemingly purged of his memories and now bent on curing the Blight. Perhaps. We don't really know what he is possibly up to these days, but yeah, who knows. My throne here, but we've really got to get this place cleaned up. It's the Undercroft over here where I think, yeah, what is that? Is that in Skyhold? Welcome to Skyhold. Find the War Room. This new home for Inquisition has a lot to offer. Take a look around. Inquisition trapping. Skyhold can be customized in a variety of ways to best reflect the style and priorities of the Inquisition. Go to the Undercroft. Yes, it's a place I can customize something. Recruiting an Arcanist will allow the Inquisition to craft runes to enhance weapons and armor. Bueno, well, we'll go that direction a little bit later. In the meantime, that Varric? Yeah, that is Varric, just looking a bit taller than usual. Hey, buddy. Well. Let's try this one again. Hello, hello.
Need something?
Fuck's sake. Let's see. So Corypheus, huh?
What can you tell me about this Corypheus? I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
Sort of is.
I've never heard of Wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
Which probably explains why the Wardens are disappearing. They're either hiding or they're actually under control.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a Magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
I don't know why he would lie about that, really. I don't... I mean, he's got the Venatori, who are basically a cult following Corypheus in order to reclaim the glory of ancient Tevinter. Not for in the name of the old gods, but in the name of a new god, and against the Chantry, which they say is weakened Tevinter now. That was the Codex entry I sort of read between sessions. And by the way, I apologise, I actually suspect I did this at the end of the last episode. Not the retconned one, but the actual last episode. Apologies for that, my memory's a bit hazy, so we're running through it anyway.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
Yeah, true.
Alright, I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
Back from the dead is a worrying development. It's unheard of in this game. Let's see. I guess this way. Inside where we're going, so... Oh. Well, that's that then. Ugh. What's the best way? Because I know that, yeah, Solus is through here. Yeah, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's... Oh, hello. Well, we're not speaking to Solus just yet, per the warning that I was given. Oh, hello? We're testing on the fresco. Oh, okay, this looks relevant. As per your request, I have made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with Messire Solus. Forgive me, I know he is not titled within the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. Oh yeah. Messire. Huh. What's a fresco? On the mural, oh that, all Messire would say is Skyhold is his fortress, meaning of course the Inquisitor. These are his actions. He is of course correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. Really? Ah. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster. And then it is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as it is applied. It is considered with long periods of study before the image emerges. Whole cloth and with certainty. It speaks of how I imagine elves view the world and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such competence from Messire, given his probable years of study, but it is still an amazing work, demonstrating an art with few living practitioners, even amongst the Dalish. So wait. Is that what you're doing here, Solus?
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
You're going to be painting or creating the fresco, like, Solus, that's extraordinary. Okay, request for resources on the Fade. Okay, just a few books there, you guys can pause that if you like. Oh, rubble, rubble, rubble. Rubble, 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 rubble. Well, as we emerge up the top of this steps here, ooh, what's like a library? Yeah. Oh. Hello up there. Let's end the episode here, guys. Thanks very much for watching. In the next one, we're gonna read, I guess. That's what people normally do in libraries.